Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please, people. Shouts to Warrior J, as always, for dropping new information. Well, the new news surrounding Manchester United. And can Ruben Amorim turn around Manchester United's poor form will be the main topic of conversation. But as always, big up to everyone supporting. Make sure when you enter the city of sarcasm, you pay the tax, people, pay the toll, which all I need you lot to do is hit the like button. That's how you pay the tax. So hit the like button, make sure you share across all the socials, and that's Be Flawless on Sarcasm. That's Be Flawless and that Sarcasm City TV on Twitter and Instagram. And just as important as that, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV and hit the notification bell as well. Apologies on the lateness, a little bit of technical difficulties is why I am late, but we're here, people. You know, we're gonna bring you the show regardless. I'm sure some of the ManDem will Ruben Amorim turn around Manchester United's poor form, and I'll be giving more of my thoughts as well. I've gave a lot of my thoughts on the game against Spurs anyway, and I've stated this, that I blame Ruben Amorim 95% for that defeat. People have said the performance wasn't that bad, and the performance wasn't that bad, which is to more annoyance, because if he plays a better lineup, we probably get something from the game. And the reason why I'm so critical of him for that lineup is because you know what these players are now. You have been here long enough to know who is good, who is not good, who does what well, who does things terribly. I like, you notice, like Garnacho missing the chance. Obviously, that's the main talking point and the main thing everybody remembers from that game is Garnacho putting that chance over the bar. Garnacho misses a chance, you notice. Garnacho shouldn't be playing. I blame the manager for Garnacho's miss. Like, Amorim was the guy who put it over the bar. And Amorim's my guy, but you've got to fix up. I'm going to hold you accountable, and you have to start picking up results. Simple as that. The same way I credit you for turning around the Europa League campaign, despite who we played. We were struggling in that before he got here. And if we would have finished outside the top 24 or would have not finished inside the top 8, that would be more criticism he would receive, and rightfully so. So therefore, I'll credit you for taking us from wherever we was in the Europa League, wherever we was in the Europa League up until where we was in the Europa League when he got here and where we finished, which was inside the top 8 and comfortably inside the top 8. People say, oh, you played Bodo Glint or you played Victoria Pilsen. Nothing's a given. We've seen Liverpool get knocked out of the FA Cup by Plymouth, and they've been the best team in the league and arguably the best team in Europe. You know, on any given day, these things can happen. So I have to give him credit for that. But the Premier League form has been woeful. Premier League form has been absolutely dreadful. So it's like, oh, you've got to sort that out. And you're the one thing at the club that I rate highly and actually believe in. I think the manager's talented. I think he has great skill. And I've seen him do things in game. I've seen him put out certain lineups. I've seen him get certain results in the Premier League as well as the Europa League that made me go, okay. I thought it was going to be different. I've seen you get rid of Rashford, drop him from the squad, Manchester Derby. Same you did with Garnacho, dropped him from the squad, then didn't play him 4 games, and then didn't play him. Didn't start him, for like the next 4 or 5 games. And I was like, something to that. Even not playing Bruno in the 10 and dropping him back. There are just a few things, and there's more that I could go into where I go, all right, there's something to this. Let me see what's going on anyway. Let me see what you are saying in the chat. Like I already said, big up to Warrior J. I'll get to that. Lucian, big up. Good to see so many members as well, man. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment. Good to see so many green usernames. Another day, another Amorim doubt. I'm almost at my breaking point, not going to lie. I hear it, Punish Sam. I hear it. Smash the likes like Lucian said. David, big up as well. What's this? Bournemouth, Manchester United, Bournemouth, West Ham, and Everton are in advanced talks to participate in the Premier League Summer Series event in the United States at the end of July. First, big up nephew in the chat, King. Big up Keke Letso. Says big up Flawless. Red Devils in hell is rather fitting, don't you think? It is rather fitting. Big up to H. This manager schooled Arne Slot. You could see how worried the Scousers were after the game. They know, stay faithful. Man, that's one thing with Amorim. There really is people on different sides of the fence. There's the people who are like Fozzy here and others who are like, stay faithful. These players are terrible. He's going to get it right. And then you got people over on the flip side who are saying he's not going to get it right. It's bad lineups, bad management, bad formations, bad results. He's not going to turn it around. I fall in the former. I think he's going to turn it around. But you are not helping your case to the point where people criticize you. Understand it. People are shooting at you with ammo that you gave them. People are shooting at you with, and you gave them more. You're giving them more than the ammo, more than just ammo. You're giving them the whole armory. You are giving them the entire gunshot. You're giving them the bazooka to shoot you with. You're giving them the M16 to shoot you with, the sticky bombs, grenades, the grenade gun. The list goes on. The Glock, the Mac 10, the Mac 11, everything. That's why I don't defend him when people are criticizing him, because the criticism is warranted, and you lot know me. If I thought the criticism was over the top of the manager, I'd state that I believe the criticism of the manager is over the top, but it's not. And you're also opening yourself up to be overly criticized because of your poor form. I win 8 and 12. I think it's a 29% win rate. And these players are bad. Don't get misunderstood. Like, I'm fully aware of how bad these players are. So it's not about letting the players get away with it. But I know the players are bad. I don't believe in them, but I believe in you. So therefore, I'm going to hold you to a higher standard. I don't rate the players, don't rate the hierarchy, but the manager I rate. So I go, that's what it is. Big up Sheik. Make sure you lot subscribe to my bro Sheik TV. African Baller says big up. Amorim can turn it around still. See, he's someone that believes we can turn it around and says we're beating Everton and Ipswich. I ain't saying all that. I'm not saying that. What's happening with the new sporting director? Are we going to see a squad overhaul overseen by CEOs and minority owners? I'm not sure. I've heard nothing, KK Letso, in regards to the new sporting director. We're going to have to see a squad overhaul just because of the amount of players that are leaving, KK Letso. Simply because of that. And you think Sancho's going to leave, Rashford's going to leave, Garnacho could leave. Who else? Eriksen, Casemiro, Johnny Evans, Anthony, Malacia, potentially Lindelof, maybe one more. That's 10 players. So just off of that, off a rip. And that will probably raise, if you sell all them players, let's say, I keep stating this, that's 100 million. You get the 40 million from Rashford, from Villa. You get the 25 million from Chelsea for Sancho. You get 10 million for Malacia. You get 15 for Anthony, 15 for Lindelof. There's your 100 million on top of, let's say Manchester United only have 50 million to spend, even though I don't believe that's the case. Then you add that there as well. So you got like 150 to 200 million to spend. So you can use that to bring players in. You can use that to bring players in, and then you add in some loan players, and you add in a couple of youth players, and then all of a sudden you have a mini squad overhaul. Ain't Greenwood been sold? I swear Greenwood's been sold already. So that's what I would say. No, African Baller, I'm not Amorim out. No, I'm Amorim accountable. I'm Amorim, hey, fix the fuck up. That's where I'm at. I don't think he survives after the summer. He lost 9 games already, and Ineos are trigger happy from their time at Nice. I think this is different, though. Even though they're trigger happy at their time at Nice, if they sack him and get this wrong, all of the spotlight is suddenly on them because they majorly messed up with Ten Hag. So now if they sack Amorim, they've majorly messed up with Amorim. There's now more pressure on them to get it right, because people can start looking at them. Because you haven't just got it wrong with the first 2 managers. You've got it horrendously wrong. It's been absolutely horrific. Sheik said this yesterday. They just been out here rectifying their mistakes. Oh, is it? Oh, we'll get 37 million from Greenwood if his sales goes through. Sale goes through to where? Is he leaving Marseille? And let me see what these comments Warrior J's put up. Some people are beginning to lose faith in Amorim's system as results and performances continue to suffer. Amorim may still have their support, but confidence in his methods is inevitably starting to ebb. It's understood the disaffected group believe that when Manchester United win, it is largely down to individual moments of quality or good fortune rather than tactical triumph. That's from Chris Wheeler DM. A dressing room source told Chris Wheeler DM, the feeling is we got away with one. We might not be so lucky next time. with your Romano and United's transfer plans, I can guarantee that in the summer, the idea is still to do many things, to cover several positions, and also in terms of outgoings, United will change a lot of players, which before I even seen this, I agree with that. This is Yoro and Amorim. Tactically, he's top. We don't have to do too much in training to learn everything, but he tries to give us everything before the game to be 100% the best version of the team. We know he is with us. We know he is with us, and we are with him, so it's good. Yeah, that makes sense what Yoro's saying. In regards to the Romano comments, I already spoke about that before I even seen these comments. And with Chris Wheeler DM, let's say hypothetically this is true, even though I take it with a pinch of salt and don't necessarily believe it. What I'd say about this is there's no system and tactics that suit these players. People could say we were better under Ten Hag with a back four, which we was. But was we still awful? Yes. We're just horrific now. So we've gone from awful to horrific. And some people want to hype up being awful. We were dreadful under Ten Hag. That's why I'm not saying that's why my biggest critique of this manager isn't the system or tactics. It's personnel. Don't mind the system. Don't mind the tactics. I think any system or any set of tactics can work in the Premier League and work at high-level football. You just have to have the personnel to carry out. And he's not picking the right personnel. Play youth players. Been saying this. Let's see what else you are saying. To Byron, who says Pochettino literally had a better case to stay at Chelsea and got sacked. Amorim cannot be given a free ride. Who's giving him a free ride, Byron? I don't think he's being given a free ride because I think his job is being questioned and his methods are being questioned every single day. Who's giving him a free ride? I don't think he's being given a free ride personally. That's just me, though. I think some people maybe are giving him a free ride, but you're going to get that. Same way certain people gave, like you mentioned, that certain people gave Poch a free ride. I remember the Chelsea lot having conversations with that. Certain people gave Ten Hag a free ride. A certain amount of fans gave Ollie a free ride. You're always going to get that. But some people don't want to go against the club. I'm just there looking for my drink, people. I don't know where I left it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's what it is. I don't, because who's giving him a free ride? Do you think Amorim should change the formation due to his limited options? No, Warrior J. I think he should change the personnel. People are that's where I'm at with it. Again, that's my biggest criticism. Now you know the length of all the injuries. What 11 do you want to see? I don't know the length of all the injuries, H. I don't. I genuinely don't know the length of all the injuries. Collier and Agate back. I know Maino's out. I know Ahmad's out. I'm presuming Ericsson, Yoro, Collier, and Agate are all back, right? Someone let me know if that's the case. Unless they're out for long. I've seen nothing today, by the way, just to clarify to you lot. If there's any new news that has dropped today, I've not seen it. I haven't been on socials like that. So you lot are going to have to enlighten me and let me know. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Ericsson and Yoro was the honest. These players don't suit his system and we have a lot of injuries, so I don't expect a lot. See, this is where I disagree. As much as these players don't suit the system, pick players most suited to the system. That's why I say youth players, because there's youth players who will be more suited to the system than these senior players. You can't just continue to lose games. Bear in mind, there's still two trophies at stake. Bear in mind, all you're doing is heaping pressure on yourself for next season. Amorim's getting the short end of the stick because no one has patience anymore. That's what football is. That's the modern day football at the highest level. Christian Eriksen and Yoro are expected to be available for Everton, while injuries to Manuel Agate and Collier are not considered serious. All right, so let's say that all four of them are back then. I'm throwing Agate and Collier as my pivot. Eriksen going into the 10. I'm playing Yoro with Dillit and Maz as my three centre-backs. For Maz left-sided centre-back, Yoro right-sided centre-back, Dillit central centre-back. Wing-backs, Dorgu. I'm putting Garnacho right wing. You know what? I won't put Garnacho right wing back. Play a youngster there. Play a youngster there. Montaro, I think his name is. Play him. Collier Agate, like I said. Then you could have Ericsson, Xerxes. Jesus, our attack is light. I play Ericsson, Xerxes, and play a youngster as a 10. That's what I do. Okay, why not? Cheeto, that's it. Play Cheeto. Play Ericsson, Xerxes, Cheeto. That would be my free. Flawless, who's more suited to the system than the players Amorim's picking? Youth players. Youth players. I think they're more suited. Just because one, they'll apply themselves, two, they'll more than likely be more mobile and have more physicality. That's what I'd say. Yeah, you could try Armas at wing back if you wanted to. You wanted to play him right wing back because he likes having a left footer on the right side. Why not? Because we've seen Ahmad play there. We've seen Dogu play there, even though it was only one game. And it sends a message. So I would do that. Yeah, I played Xerxes and 10 and put Cheeto as a striker. Like, why not? What do you have to lose at this point? Exactly. League's a write-off. Exactly, African baller. So try different things. Because we still have 2 trophies to fight for. So why not try and pick up some wins and get some confidence and get some form of continuity? Yeah. So you say, and when I say more suited, yeah, I'm talking about in terms of demand. And also something fresh, something new. They may not be more suited. I'm just guessing they are because these players are far from suited for it. But I already know wingback Amas is better than Dalot there. Because he's more of a wingback. Because Dalot is not. I know Bruno's not a central midfielder. Holly is better there. Cheeto definitely better than Højlund without even watching him because Højlund's dreadful. Why not? Why not? You have nothing to. Worst case scenario, we do it and we get beat by Everton 3-0. All right, if you played the senior players, we might have lost 2-0, 1-0. What's the difference? Realistically, how many players do you think could leave at the summer and who do you think staying? I think we could see 10, 11, 12 players leaving. I stated whole heap of players who could leave. You got Sancho, you have Rashford, you have Garnacho, Ericsson, Casemiro, Johnny Evans, Lindelof, Anthony, Malacia. How many is that? It's like 9, 10 players right there. 9 to 10 players. So naturally, we're gonna have to reinvest. Who knows what happens with someone like Mount? Who knows? So I'd say Bruno, Garnacho, and Adolo and Højlund can't keep possession in the opposition half, so we can't sustain attacks as much as we concede a lot. I understand why the back line is reluctant to push forward. That's why you don't play those 4, Byron. That's why it comes back again to personnel. Those 4, don't start them. Don't start them. That's where my issue lies. Big up Matthew. Says, I'll be real. This manager got 2 games to save himself. Big up to my guy Eddie, man. Big up to my G Eddie. Says, I pray those quotes about the players is fake. If not, Amorim some baby powder so he can slap these dudes with the disrespect they deserve. Throwback to which? Is that Friday after next, right? I think it's Friday after next. That's our throwback to. I know I did miss some questions as well. Let's see. Did I? Don't you think Amorim should get a chance at full season for 25, 26? And which players you think is the first one out the door? Not sure. Probably Rashford. No, Sancho will be the first one out the door because it's an obligation. So that'll be the deal done because you lot will finish above 12. Of course, Amorim does actually. Yes, I do believe Amorim deserves a chance. That's why I'm not Amorim out. Fully believe he deserves an opportunity, a fair opportunity to succeed or fail. However, you are making it increasingly tougher to back you. That's why. But it's not blind faith by me. It's I understand the situation you are in. That's what it is. That's why, because someone said earlier, what did they say about him getting a free ride? And I'm like, a free ride from who? Because I don't give him a free ride. Never would I give him a free ride. Never. I don't give any manager, any player who I believe is underperforming a free ride. Not a chance. Not a chance. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Pretty much. I don't think people are way too harsh on Amorim. And again, African baller, even if they are, who's opened the door for that to happen? let's say African baller, I agree with you hypothetically, because I do think some of the criticism of him is over the top. You've opened the door for that. That's your fault. If you perform better, people have less room to be overly critical. All you had to come in and do was just steady the ship and be better than Ten Hag. And if we were sat 9th, 10th, there's not all of this critique. But you've come in and took it from awful to horrific. You've took it from where we was awful, now we're horrific. Neither's good. But you can't take us backwards. How high? That was it, man. How high? That was it. I knew it was one of them. I knew it was. Blessings. They got manager as well. They got. I hear you, Sunshine. She said, these players are dusty and all need to go. I'm tired of it. I hear you. Trust me, Sunshine. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. And I hear you as well. If Bruno doesn't get frozen out next or leaves in the summer, highly unlikely. I need him gone. Honestly, I hear you. We weren't bad versus Spurs. No, we wasn't bad versus Spurs. But we wasn't good and lost. And you didn't make subs. And the lineup was bad. So you're leaving yourself open. African baller, you was here earlier. You heard me praise him about his Europe. About his Europe. About Manchester United in Europe. You heard me praise him for that. You see Haaland leaving in the summer, potentially. I think everybody's available. I think everybody is available. I don't think there's anyone who's untouchable. When you hear reports about mainly Ahmad and probably the new signings this summer, because they've just got here. So take out Ahmad, take out the new signings this summer. I think anyone's available. Yeah, anyone's available. Created a lot of chances versus Spurs. The system and formation is not the problem. African baller, are you listening to what I'm saying? Or are you just typing? Or are you not paying attention to what I'm saying? Because I said this about me not believing that the system and formation is the problem. Flawless isn't anything other than being Amorim out, technically giving him a free ride. No, because I don't think you have to be Amorim out to give, no, because you can criticize. That's not giving him a free ride. I can criticize, but I'm giving you ample opportunity to turn it around because I understand the situation you are in is not a normal situation. It's not normal. It's not a normal situation. So African baller, you would have heard me say exactly what you just said. The last two things you said, I said about Europe and about the system and formation not being a problem, in my opinion. So we agree on that part. But yeah, no, it's not. I don't think you have to be Amorim out, giving him a free ride. So if your brethren does something you dislike, and you don't cut off the friendship, but you criticize him and say, "Hey, my G, that ain't it." Are you giving him a free ride? Come on, man. What are we talking about here? Definitely not. Series Warrior J, man, agreed. The last two comments, man said, I agree with. 110%, I agree with. You can't blame him for Garnacho. Yes, I can blame him. The Xerxes chance, I don't think is an easy chance. That's a tough chance, that header. That's a half chance. But I can blame him for Garnacho missing. 100% I can. You know why? Because Garnacho shouldn't be playing. Garnacho should not be out there. You put him in the lineup. Therefore, that's on you. Garnacho is double. Is he 0013? Is it goals and assists in the last 13 Premier League games, or is it just goals? Let me look. 1 second. Let me actually look and check. 1 second. Let me have a look. Make sure you lot continue to run up the likes as well. When you enter the city of sarcasm, run up the likes, people. Run up the likes. Oh, yeah, it's 40. Is it 14 now, Byron? But is it goals and assists or just goals? 1 second. Shout out to Daniel, because he put out, for those that know, Daniel, who does all the skills on his on his socials, cold as well. We could do with him in the team. He posted out the picture. He took a screenshot on the TV. Well, not a screenshot. He took a picture of the TV. 1 second. Let me have a look here. Where we at? Hold up. Trying to find it. You lot bear with me. There it is. Do my own research. You already know. Yes, no goals or assists. So he's 0014 and you continue to play him. If someone's 0014, you know what that's telling you? They're not very good. If you go on 4, and I always just reference it back to, because I know most of the audience is males, but even if you're a female in the chat, if you go on 14 dates with somebody and they're rude all 14 times, are they a rude person? Are you going to go on the 5th? If you go on the 15th, aren't you stupid? If you go on 4 dates with someone and they rude every time, they rude to you, they rude to the waiter, they rude to the staff, they rude to other people in whatever establishment that you're in, is that not your fault for going back on the 5th date? If I came on here to you lot and said, yeah, man, just went on a date with a girl, couldn't stand her. And then 2 days later, the next weekend, I'm like, yo, I went on a date with the same girl, she was rude. Then I went on the third time I tell you lot, what would you lot tell me in the chat? Let's say hypothetically that happens, people. So I've told you lot, yeah, I've been on 2 dates with this girl. Rude, awful, rude to me, rude to the staff, rude to the waiter, rude to everyone in this establishment, other customers. And then I say I'm going on a date with her next week as well. What would you lot say to me the third time round? Please let me know. And this is to everyone. What would you lot tell me? And yeah, I hear you, Black Diamond says 58% loss rate, the worst since 1974 when we got relegated. Yeah, it's woeful. Yeah, Warrior Jake. I don't think man be listening. Legit. I don't think man be listening. See? Because man will ask questions like this. Personnel. Man, don't be listening. For legit. How many times must I say, my problem is not the formation, not the system, the personnel. Said this countless times, but man be too busy typing and not listening. 35 minutes into the show, and I've stated that 2-3 times already. 0014. So Flawless, you blame Amorim for Xerxes missing his chance too. Then I don't think the Xerxes chance I think that was a half chance. It's a header on the reach. I think he should have went for goal. That's my criticism. But I don't think that's an easy chance. That's not one you bins. A header from that distance is a half chance. So no, I don't blame him for that. I blame him for the Garnacho one because he's 00. Why is someone 0013 in the squad? Why is somebody 0013 in your side? Injuries or not? Garnacho is not United level. Exactly. So don't play him. He's 0014. This is what I'm talking about. What are we doing here? Milan 1-0 up. Big up, H. Appreciate it. You scored. Fuzzy, that's crazy. I ain't even going to bring that up. That's crazy. That is crazy. The White Scout thing, Matthew, was a joke. I don't know about the data to justify Hoyland started. What did he say? Exactly, Lucian. Thank you. To answer my question about the date, you lot would call me an idiot. And I'm not paid thousands of pounds to do my job, which Amorim is. Why is somebody 00? If somebody's 0013, now 0014, you know what that's telling you? They're not very good. It's not just bad form. 0014. Bear in mind, you can then check his record before you got here. You can check his record, which probably isn't very good. So I'm just going to go double check it now. 1 second. I'm going to go check it right now as we speak. So he's had 3 goals before that. I don't know how many assists in the Premier League. Let me check. I'm going to check his Premier League stats. Here we go. So his stats before you got here were How many assists? So his stats before you got here was 4. He had 4 GNA. He had 4 GNA before you got here. So he's had 24 appearances. He's got 3 goals and 1 assist. That's Premier League solely. So that's excluding FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Europa League. So all the stats beforehand is telling you he's terrible. Because you'd lot do the maths. Because I ain't figuring out how many GNA he had. And then after you get here, he's gone 0013. Now 0014. Why play him? And people are saying, oh, there's only youth players on the bench. I guarantee if you played one of them youth players, they don't go 0013. They do not go 0013. I think if you play Cheeto as many minutes as him, he doesn't go 0013. And he has a better impact on the game overall. Same way with any youngster as well. Any attacking player. And you don't even let it get to that point. If they go 004, 005, you say it's not for you. Try new things, people. Experiment. I'm not saying playing the youth will work, but one thing we do know for sure is Garnacho doesn't work. Garnacho does not work. He's not good. Stop it. Højlund, stop it. Bruno, stop it. Delo, stop it. That's where my critique lies. Because we've seen these players now fail not only before you, where you can go back and look at the stats and go and watch the games and see, hey, these men ain't performing well. This is why we were where we were when Amorim got here. And you've continued to back these players and we've gotten worse. That's on the manager. That's on the manager. Wait, what is the 0014 in reference to? Oh, Garnacho, Sunshine. He's gone 14 games. He's gone 14 games without a goal or assist in the Premier League. That's what I'd say. You think he's going to be here next season? I presume you're talking about Amorim. Yes. They ain't gonna sack him. They ain't gonna sack him. They're not gonna sack him. Nah. Wait, Cheeto is a striker. Yes, he's a striker. And I don't think he goes 0014. I don't think so. Genuinely. Yeah, he was 0013 before the Spurs game. Now it's 0014. Because he's got 3 goals and 1 assist in his 24 appearances in the Premier League. But people say, oh, what about FA Cup? I'm not talking about FA Cup or Europa League. Nah. He's a winger. Would you prefer to fire Cameroon and give him the time he needs? United have been so bad that it digs deeper than just on the field issues. You can want to give him time, but expect consistent wins. Absolutely. That's why I'm saying fix up. However, I'm giving him ample time to succeed or fail. That's where I'm at with it. I'm not going to sack you now because you've been given next to nothing pretty much in regards to assistance. What help have you been given? Even though it's gotten worse and it's mostly on you, what assistance have you been given to help you? Dog you, and that's it. Nothing else. It's not like you've come in, had a preseason and spent 150 million. If he had done that and we're here, my criticism is much harsher because we shouldn't be going backwards with your signings. That's his only saving grace is that he came in mid-season. It's to me. That's it. That's it. Write that comment again, JT, about our low IQ fan base. Look that up again. But yeah, back to Dad's game, and yeah, I don't believe they sack him. I believe he's good. I believe he's cool with the hierarchy. He's not under pressure like that. I think fans and media are on his case, and he's under pressure from fans and media, and he's under scrutiny, and rightfully so. But the board, no, they ain't gonna sack him. They don't sack him. No worries, African baller. It's cool. Speed. Get back to the what's it called? Speed up to the live. Carl says, honestly, flawless. Just give me something to back. At least I hear you. Trust me, I'll get it. Yes, I would use having that the centre back we got from Arsenal. Yes, I play youngsters. Like, why not? I definitely would. Big up to Kinner. Oh, cheese, Kinner. This is Kinner Beats. Did you join the Fan Calling show yesterday? If it is, big up to you. It says big up from Canada. Thoughts on signing Harry Kane? I don't think we should sign Harry Kane. How old's Harry Kane? Like 33, 34? Like, we have more pressing issues than Harry Kane. So no, I wouldn't sign Harry Kane. I didn't even want him from Spurs. I didn't think he was worth the bread then. But big up for the super chat, Kinner, man. Appreciate it. I commented, our fan base wanted, I didn't understand our fan base wanted the club to reject 50 million for Nacho on the United stand. Oh, I thought it was the top comment from them, not the top comment from you. Okay, our fan base wanted our club to reject 50 mil for Nacho on the United stand. It was the top comment until Goldfish deleted it. Damn. Is that what they're on? Damn. That's crazy. Hey, Kenna, big up, man. And big up for the super chat as well. He would need a run of L's like Potter did to get sacked, plus he's doing well in the cups. That is his saving grace, is the victories at Arsenal, the draw against Liverpool, victory against City, and he sprinkled that in with a couple other wins as well. Him doing well in Europe. That's what adds to it. And him being in the FA Cup 5th round. Yeah, that's what that is. Let's see what else. I said just yeah. I don't know all about that, JT, but fairs, but people shouldn't be deleting comments like that when you're not being rude and you're just giving your opinion. But Amorim ain't going nowhere. Let's just clarify that. Amorim ain't going nowhere. They are not going to sack him. They are not going to sack him. And the reason they're not going to sack him is because if they do, then it highlights them more. Because it's like, right, you got the Ten Hag situation so bad. Monumental fuck up. Monumental fuck up with the Ten Hag situation. And then you went to go and solve your monumental fuck up, made it worse, and now it's an even bigger mess. Because here's the thing is, with let's say hypothetically, they sack Amorim. Our recruitment in January with Dorgu, all the ideas and the recruitment ideas are going on now is for players who play a back three. So if your next manager doesn't play a back three, Dorgu and all the current work you've been doing, so any conversations you've been having with players, agents, amongst yourselves as well, is now all out the window. Because you would have been looking at centre-backs who now suit a back three. So those centre-backs who suit a back three might not necessarily suit a back four. You would have been looking at wing-backs rather than full-backs. So like what happens with Dorgu, for example? What happens with players you've been looking at and thinking about? Also, central midfield. Playing in a 2 in front of a back three is different than playing in a 2 in front of a back four. Also, even your 10s. Being a 10 in a back three system, even though the attributes are similar, is different to being a single 10. Being a left-sided 10 or a right-sided 10 is much different than being a central side. Not much different, but different than being a central 10. There's certain different attributes. Like, you don't play the same. Because when you play as a single 10, it's more onus is on you to create. Whereas when you're 2-10s, you have more license, more freedom if you want, to drift out wide. Whereas if you're a central 10, you've got to stay central. Yeah, you may drift from time to time, but it's not as much. And when you're a left 10 or right 10, you're more one side dominant. Whereas you have to be more fluid, going, say, slightly. If you're a central 10, you have to go left and right. So yeah, Ahmad's role in a thought. So if you do sack the manager and the next manager doesn't have the back three, you would then have all the work you've been doing. If that is the case, let's give them the benefit of the doubt that they're currently scouting and having conversations about profiles of players to come in. All of that work goes out the window. So let's say they've been working on it since Amorim got here, which is November. So November, December, January, February, March. Let's say they sack him in May. So you got November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So you had 7 months of your work just go out the window. 7 months of your work just disappears. And then you have to start again. And then, for instance, then what happens with Dorgu, because he's not a wing back, he's a fullback. That's it. And I hear you can't get let so. Says not sacking Ten Hag in the summer was a diabolical move. It's making the appointment Amorim looked more of an opportunity instead of a strategic move. I hear you. And JT says that told Flawless will get worse before it gets better. And that is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. It shouldn't have gotten worse. And that's where my issue, one of my issue lies with the manager. And to Slim says United fans need to understand it gets worse before it gets better. Not sacking Ten Hag before the season start was a huge mistake, which you called out. It was a huge mistake. Diabolical move like KK Let's did. And I'm not accepting of it getting worse before it gets better because you can do better with just doing some basics. How about don't start players who are 0013? How you 0010 and still starting games? Someone explain that to me. How can you severely underperform like that? We've all worked, not all, but I'm presuming most of you lot, not most, some of you lot watching right now, watching this back, have worked sales jobs. I've worked sales jobs. They on your case about sales. You couldn't go 10 weeks in your job without making a sale to keep your job. You're under scrutiny. Even if you're not getting sacked, you're in meetings, you're having a first one and a second one and a third one. And I know I've been there, but they're like, you need to make a sale today. So you couldn't go 10 weeks, and that's just a regular sales job, whatever you're selling. Regular sales job. Minimum wage, above minimum wage. Garnacho is paid, and I'm just using Garnacho as an example, a lot of money to do a job at the highest level at Manchester United Football Club. Why is he still saying you wouldn't do that anywhere else? You couldn't go in any line of work 0010. And I say that you couldn't not reach your targets 10 weeks in a row without your job and place being under scrutiny in any department. So I'm just using sales because that's the easiest one, but nowhere could you. I've done all types of jobs. There's nowhere you could do that. I've worked in Tesco, for example. For those that don't know, that's the big supermarket chain over here. Big supermarket chain over here. Where it was a picker where people's order would come in, you'd go around with the trolley and you'd have to go and pick up their items for them and put it back in the trolley, and you was timed. Imagine for 10 weeks straight, I was picking up the wrong ingredients. No, sorry, the wrong products. And I was doing it slow, which at times I was, because I just wasn't very good at the job. You think I could get that wrong 10 weeks in a row and not be under major scrutiny? And that's Tesco. Supermarket. Well, this guy can go 0010 and it's cool. Bear in mind now he's 0014. But I'm saying, how are you 0010 and still and drop from it? Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's crazy. He got stats in Europe, though, games throughout, right? Some, but I don't even think it was fantastic. So you know what that means, Sunshine? Just play him in Europe. That's what that's telling you. You have to play him against the opposition that are not as good. Because if he's picking up no stats in the Premier League and picking up stats in Europe, common sense should tell the manager, okay, you're struggling in the Premier League. You're getting numbers in Europe. I'm not sure how many numbers you get in Europe, but you're getting numbers and the performances are better. And you know what I should do? Just play him in Europe. Simple as that. That's it. That's where I'm at. Yeah, Slims, you already know the vibe. They be on your case in there. On your case. And like you said, Flawless, Garnacho is actually an experienced player now. Hasn't he played over 100 games? Yes. That's why when people talk about experience, oh, United need experience. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Manchester United need quality. That's what we need. Because Garnacho, even though he's young, is experienced because he's played over 100 matches for the football club. He's made over 100 appearances. Not all starts, but he's made over 100 appearances for Manchester United. He's played 81 times in the league. And then you couple in that, and then you add in cup competitions is way over 100. I think it's like 120, something like that. What are we talking about? When the commentator was congratulating my £72 million striker because he worked hard. I lost it. It's another one. How many times does Hoyland need to play poorly before you go, pardon me, you know what? Let me just stop playing him and try something else. Let me just drop these man because you're rubbish. Maybe that would be a big help. To Ryan B, who says, back him. I do back Amorim, but you're not giving me much. You're not giving me any help. All I can do is criticize. What can I praise, Ryan? What can I praise? And Amorim's my guy. That's my manager. I rate him highly. I believe he will turn it around. However, you're giving me very little. Giving me very little. Very, very little. So what can I back? And no, we're not getting relegated. We're not getting relegated, Ryan B. Nothing to worry about with that. Bay says, I don't think it's correct for United to play 3 at the back. Why not? Why is it not correct for United to play 3 at the back? On this question, how long did it take? How long did it take? Who's RA? Oh, how long did it take Ruben Amorim to build his squad at Sporting? Because his time at United could be compared. I'm not sure, but you still have to be doing the basics along the way. Because this ain't even about squad building. My criticism isn't even about because you've not had a summer where you've brought in a whole heap of players and we go, this makes no sense. You spent 200 million and look at the team, and then we're 2 seasons in and let's say you spent 400 million and we go, what is this? It's not like the 10-hour situation where it was 400 million deep and was like, what have you built here? You spent 25 M's on Dogu, and Dogu seems like he'll be a good sign and he fits the system already. In a couple games I've seen him play, I'm like, yeah, I see why we brought you in. That's a smart signing. Makes sense. So in regards to it, along the way of building, it still should resemble something. It's like if you're building an actual house. All right, the house is not finished, but it should start to resemble some form of a house. Like if you're redecorating, you should go in the room and be like, all right, I can see what's going on here, even though it's not finished. You may have wires hanging from the ceiling for the lights, for example, but you shouldn't go in there and half the wall's missing. What are we doing? Why is there just a random big hole in the wall? That shouldn't go there. That don't make no type of sense. I'm saying, why is why is the light switch at the bottom of the, at the bottom of a wall, for example? Why is the light switch down there? That's what it's kind of like. The light switch should be there on the wall. Why is it? And I'm going over the top with the example to show in regards to what he's doing. Yeah, Doggy looks decent. Isn't Agate and Bruno supposed to be shining under Ruben? I don't know why you thought, no, Bruno's not supposed to be shining under Ruben. Absolutely not. No. Agate's done decent. I know what Agate gives me. I don't really have any issues with Agate inside, to be honest. Should have got who in the summer? Amorim, of course, African baller. Of course you should have got Amorim in the summer. Goes without saying. Fully agree with that. Big up Dunsey, man. Every single time. Big up Dunsey. Yeah, Doggy, you can see what adds, man. He adds some much needed pace, power, athleticism to this side. Without doubt. And one more like. Girls up to 50 likes, people. What are we doing? Girls up to 50 likes. You're not telling me. Continue to get your questions in before we close out. What are we doing? People. What are we saying? What's good? Everton will be a tough game, but we have Ipswich and that. Why should it be a win, Ryan B? Why should it be a win? Please explain to me why you're confident going into any game. Because I don't see it. I'm not saying we can't win, but I'm not saying we should win. Why should we win it? We're going to lose to anybody. We're on the scamming thing again. Not even again. We've been on the scamming thing. Ponzi Scheme FC. Been saying this. Ponzi Scheme FC. And we're going to go and try and scam some wins in the league and scam these 2 trophies. That's the aim. That's what we have to do. And hopefully, Amorim and the hierarchy are already planning ahead for the summer, because it's a very, very important summer and we need to bring players in. Now, do I believe they're doing so? Probably not. I'm not going to lie, I don't believe in these lot. Like when I say it's getting business done early. We should be talking to agents and players now. We should be identifying targets now. It shouldn't be we get to the summer and the first 2 weeks of July, we bring in nobody in. Like, that's unacceptable. But would it surprise me if because the window opens July, right? So from the 1st to the 14th, we bring no one in? No. So show me they're incompetent. You lot know, everyone knows what we need. Everyone knows what we need. How about you lot pattern up and get it? How about you lot pattern up and get it? Ideal summer window. Ah, geez, new goalkeeper. Left-sided centre-back. Central midfielder. Wing-back. 10, striker. That's just the first team. Never mind squad players. There's goalkeeper, left-sided centre-back, central midfielder, wing-back, 10, striker. So that's 6 players. I'm looking to replace half the outfield in regards to lineups. And then when you start talking squad, that's a whole different conversation. Would you need another centre-back? Nah, you'd be all right. Actually, you probably do, because you're losing potentially Lindelof and Johnny Evans and hopefully Harry Maguire. So you could argue, or you could promote a youth player, so I think you're good there. Wing back, if you bring in another one, you got Dorgu. Right side, you got a right wing back. You got Ahmad. You have a youngster. That's the 4. Midfield, we're light. Probably 2 central midfielders. You need to bring in, is what I'd say. Outside of the one I mentioned. Because Casemiro's going to leave. Ericsson's going to leave. And we're already short there. It's literally Agate, Collier. So if you bring in someone to play alongside Agate, Collier is your only backup. So you probably need 2 more. So, yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm fully aware fullbacks are centre-backs in this system. 100%. That's why I said we don't need any more centre-backs. I think we've got enough. But I'd still get a left-sided centre-back because we don't have a left-footed defender outside of Martinez. And now he's out for the foreseeable. Central midfield, yeah, you still need to bring in a couple. 10s, you got Ahmad, you got Maino, you got Xerxes, new one, you're all right. Striker, new striker, Xerxes, maybe a youth player, you're all right. What striker would I go for? No striker that stands out, to be honest. Asking me about striker, ask me about a goalkeeper. No one stands out, to be honest. Duncy says, where do you think you'll finish now? Anywhere from 12th to 16th. Somewhere in that realm. Between those 4 places. Somewhere. Please, Flawless, why didn't you make subs till the 90th minute? I do not understand that. Rasmus, Hoyland, Garnacho, Bruno on the pitch for 90 minutes is unacceptable. Play the youths there, man. Frenzy, I hear you. No disagreement with anything you've said. And in regards to why you didn't make subs until the 90th minute, your guess is as good as mine. You know what I'm saying? Your guess is as good as mine. I watched Back Again podcast. Troops, Monts, and Lewis were clowning you, bro. Of course they were clowning me. My team's in 15th. Like, of course they was. Are we surprised by this? Right. Ryan B, why are you confident going into these next 2 games? That's what I want to know. Why are you confident we beat Everton and Ipswich? Please tell me. Why? Anyone's a major upgrade on Rasmus, pretty much. Andy Striker, who's half decent, is a major upgrade. You can't scam trophies if you can't score goals. We ain't been able to score goals for a long time. Yes, we are scoring less now, but we've not been able to score goals for a long time. Goals has been our biggest problem for probably the longest amount of time. We have not consistently scored goals in back-to-back season in over 10 years. We've done struggled. But guess what? We found a way. Since 2014, as bad as we've been, Woeful. Picked up 5 trophies in 9 years. How the hell have we done that? We really are Western Holdings FC, man. We Ponzi scheme on a scale no one would expect. Beautiful building. You know what I'm saying? Looks crisp. Got the logo on the front of the building. The building looks absolutely lovely. Receptionist, the conference rooms, this and that. Looks phenomenal. Looks phenomenal. Everton will be tough, but I think we are better than Ipswich and should get the 3 points. How much better are we than Ipswich? We struggled against Southampton. We struggled against Leicester. Why are you so confident? Please enlighten me. I don't know why you're so confident. Why? All right. I don't get it. I'm at a loss. As to why. I don't get it. I'm at a loss. Chelsea finished 10th in the 15-16 season, won the league next. Different from them. United they had world-class Why does someone expect United to win the league? Is this what you're telling me? I'm lost to this DAS gaming as to this comment. Are you expecting United to win the league next season? No, it's the last game at Goodison Park. This is their last season at Goodison. They move into their new stadium next season. Ryan B says, I ain't confident, but I still think we beat them. You know what, Fairs? I respect it. I had to ask. That's why I checked. When I'm unsure about something, I'm going to ask. But I get it. I understand. You lot continue to run up the likes, though. Continue to hit the subscribe button as well. We'll be live on the playback. Also, we'll be back. We'll be on there for the Bayern Celtic game. And then we're back here for the United Arsenal show as well, 11:30 p.m. UK time. So more live streams on the playback, more live streams on the YouTube as well. Nah, I'm just saying they had world-class talent in their team, unlike United. Yeah, we all know this. That's why I was confused about the comment. But first, Ponzi scheme FC is funny when you remember United is listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Thank you, man, KK. So you just added to my bars. Thank you. That just adds more weight to my Ponzi scheme FC, not even argument, my Ponzi FC scheme statement. There we go. It just adds to it. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. And that's what we are. We are Ponzi scheme FC. We've been terrible. Like, but yeah, we still managed to pick up 5 trophies in 9 years. Like, I'm just hoping we can make it 6 or 7 in 10 years. That's what I'm hoping for. Ryan B says, scenes if we win the Europa League. Hey, Ryan B, I'm with you, man. You're new here. I like your energy, man. I'm not gonna lie. I like your energy. You know, I like how you when you responded. Like, I'm not confident. I think we'll win. Are you saying scenes if we win the Europa League with the laughing emoji? I get it. Ryan, I get you. Ryan B, trust me. I hear you, man. For real. I get it. I fully get it. That's why you laughing. You know what I'm saying? I know. The scenes. I said, obviously, the Europa League is the one that really, all jokes aside, that really adds weight to his resume if he picks up a Europa. FA Cup is one thing. And obviously, that would still be a very, very good achievement for him. And that alleviates so much pressure from him if he does indeed pick up a FA Cup. But yeah, the poor form continues, and let's say we finish 14th or whatever. But if he wins the Europa League, then it's oh geez, that's like, how do I put this? That's a much bigger achievement. Like, that's serious if he goes and picks up the Europa League. That is very, very serious. If he goes and picks up the Europa League this season, it's like, whoa. All right, that's some people saying, oh, what is there to believe in? That gives you something to believe in. FA Cup, yeah, that can happen. And that would still be a quality achievement. But the Europa League would be much more of a serious achievement. There's something more to back, because you don't just pick up You don't just pick up European trophies on accident type of thing. When I say on accident, that's being tongue-in-cheek because you don't pick up any trophy on accident. But some trophies I'd say are easier to scam than others. Like Europa League, you have to be of a certain quality. So that's what I'd say. Some serious convos need to be had about. Oh, you mean Arteta if we win Europa? Nah, man, Arteta in, man. Arteta doing a great job. Arsenal are lucky to have him. We'd be lucky to have him. How much better would we be if he was here? Dion says United are not better than Ipswich. Well, Ipswich would be a championship side next season, so we are better than Ipswich because we'll finish above them. So I like Ipswich. Ipswich play better football than us. Don't get misunderstood. Play a good brand of football. If Ponzi scheme FC happens at Europa, bruv, says Warrior J. Hear it. What does that change? And let me just clarify that because someone's gonna pop up and say, "Hey, someone gonna definitely pop up and say, oh, you're not winning Europa League. You're not winning Europa League." I don't think we're winning Europa League. I don't think we're winning the FA Cup. However, the manager shouldn't think that, and the players shouldn't think that. Our aim should be to go and win those 2 trophies. The manager and players shouldn't be thinking like that. They should be thinking, hey, that can salvage our season. If we go pick up one of these trophies or both of them, that salvages the season. Yes, horrendous league campaign. But to go pick up 2 trophies will make everyone go, all right, there's something more there. And it's also a way back into Europe, whether it's the FA Cup and you get back into the Europa League, or it's the Europa League and you get back in, you get into the Champions League. That's it. Yeah, squad. Exactly, Ryan. Our squad squad isn't good enough to win trophies, but we've done it before. We've been here before. So it's like, yeah, I hear it. My final few questions. Don't forget this show, all the other shows on the YouTube channel, apart from Watch Along, are available on all audio platforms as well, people. Spotify, SoundCloud, etc., etc. So if you're on Spotify, type in Sarcasm City TV, follow us, hit the notification bell as well. Please make sure you do that. Please make sure you do that, people. Make sure you do that. Bear with me, people. When's the next live, Ryan? So I'm live. I'm going to redirect. I'm live with rants. And then get over to the Sarcasm City TV playback. Yes, get over to the Sarcasm City TV playback. Bayern versus Celtic over there. For those that don't know what the playback is, it's an app. You download it, sign up for free, create an account for free. The same way you watch and comment on YouTube is the exact same on playback. Only difference is that the playback is more wild than the YouTube channel. Like the YouTube channel here is crazy. It's nuts. Conversations be wild. Over on the playback, that's like the hood of Sarcasm City TV. It's like the hood, like the conversation. For those that are over there will know it, who are already over there will know exactly what I'm talking about. It gets crazier over there. Because we'd be over there for like NBA watch-alongs late at night. The conversations go absolutely west, people. So if you enjoy the content on the YouTube channel, go support the playback. www.playback.tv/sarcasmcitytv. It's www.playback.tv/sarcasmcitytv, or just download the playback app from your app store. Like I said, Champions League watch-alongs, which will be there tonight. So you'll get Bayern Celtic tonight, Real Madrid City second leg tomorrow. Europa League games are over there. NBA watch-alongs, boxing watch-alongs. Obviously, we better be a Bivol 2 coming up. I'll do that. You get La Liga watch-alongs over there as well. Sometimes League On watch-alongs, UFC watch-alongs, Formula 1, gaming content, playback.tv/sarcasmcitytv. I'll just download the playback app from your app store. But yeah, with my final closing thoughts on Amorim, and that, can he turn it around? Yes. But you just got to stop with the foolishness because you're opening yourself up to criticism. But I'm not hammering him out. No. I give him ample opportunity to fail. But I'm hold Amorim accountable because I rate you. The reason why my critique of Amorim is so stern is because I think you're a good manager. If I don't rate you, I'm not going to criticize you heavily. I don't rate most of the players. That's why I don't criticize them too heavy. Unless you lot ask me, I don't really mention certain players. Same with the board. I don't rate the hierarchy. So unless you lot ask me, I mention it in passing, but it's not in detail of what the board can do better, again, unless it's a question that's asked. To Elon, who's not listed, says Europa League win equals 0 chance. I literally said, I don't think we win the Europa League. I don't think we win the Europa League or the FA Cup. Did I not? I swear I just said that. But yeah, we're going to redirect to rants anyway. So you lot put Sarcasm City TV raid in the chat. You lot know the vibes. You lot know the vibes. Yes, I am doing the buy and sell game. Yes, I will be. Probably slightly late, but I'll be there for the buy and sell game. I will be. Yeah, I reckon he'll turn it around. It needs time and the players he needs. Well, Ryan B, make sure you're here, because when everyone's on his case, I need to hear the other side to make sure that it's like, yo, I'm not going crazy. Because it's like, it's just not negative, but it's people who are doubting him, which is, I understand. So, but I like to hear both sides of the argument from everybody. So that's where I stand with it. That's where I'm at with it. African, you what? Why? You know what? You trolling. You're Avi's Onano. So unless you're African yourself, there's no reason for you to have him as your Avi. Like there's no reason to have him, because he's a dreadful player. He's a dreadful goalkeeper. I'd sell him tomorrow. He's terrible. Absolute cheeks. Let's be real. Let's be absolutely real. He's absolutely dreadful. He is. But big up, man. Appreciate African baller. Here, the thing is, I said this. Did I say this last week? Last week I said it. Last week I said it, Ryan B. I was, but now after this, I can't defend you. I can't defend you against people being Amorim out. Now I can't. Because you've continued to do foolishness. So the fact you've continued to do foolishness, I can't defend you. Even though it has been 3 months, but it's been about 3 months. Though. You can't have a 29% win rate. Can't have us in 15th. These things are unacceptable. That's where the issue lies. And the performance, yeah, it's not good. Oh, yeah, that's why. I met him in real life. Thought so. But anyways, we're going to close out. Big up. Love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Again, thank you very much for tuning in. Put Sarcasm City TV raid in Rance's chat. Big up.